Hi, I'm DJ with Kite Paddle Surf, and I'm here to go over the new Ezzy Flight V2. In windsurfing, they're very famous for their wave sails. And this wing is just beautifully made. We've had it inspected by a local sail manufacturer, and just the way this is stitched, the way they don't add extra holes into the canopy is pretty unique in the wing industry. It's simply a step above everything, even ozone, in terms of its overall build quality. Another thing you'll notice that Ezzy does is they don't add a window of any kind. The reason they do that is just because the window material stretches differently than the rest of the canopy. So overall, this is just going to get a more even stretch. So of the brands we sell, we look at this as the most durable and probably the best built. You can argue how it rides, that that's going to be how you like the wing to feel. This one to me is my favorite wing, how it rides. It still goes upwind well. You're never going to match in terms of wings the ozone fluxes. They just simply charge upwind. This still does very well upwind. The version 2 I've noticed does have more front hand drive, so it does go upwind better than the version 1 if you've tried the version 1. Another thing that they updated from the version 1 is they decreased the number of battens, and they are more oriented in the direction of the stretch of the canopy. The canopy to me feels a bit tighter than the V1, and especially I think it's noticeable in this 4.5 meter. In the V1 3.5, it still felt pretty tight, but my 4.5 in the V1, I would say this definitely is quieter, goes upwind better with a little bit less noise. The handles on the Flight are extremely comfortable. These are my favorite handles that I've used. Another awesome feature of these handles is these are removable. Ezzy is going to come out with a boom. We don't quite have them yet, but this will be something that you can switch to a boom if you do prefer a boom. With Ezzy, they have a real simple inflation system. It's just the end of the hose. I think it's the most simple one to use because almost every single hose will fit this without the adaptation of a valve system. And it also doesn't really add the weight that some of the SUP valves have. Another thing that I would say about the V2 over the V1 is it does feel a bit lighter, especially in this 4.5. It might be minimally lighter, but just the way it flies, it feels more lively and light. I think in terms of who this wing is designed for, I think it's for high-end riders looking for a very durable wing in mixed conditions. It's also, because of its durability, going to be good for your entry-level riders. I think the canopy is going to stretch less over time and just simply have the same feel for longer than their competitors. This one and the Ozone Flux are my two favorite wings. I would say if upwind drive is really important for you, that's where the Flux, and especially the new Flux, is really going to be the best. I think this one is quite a bit more stable riding downwind and swell. I think it sits a little bit flatter versus the Fluxes kind of have that tendency to wobble with you when you follow them, which some people really like, but this one is still super stable. I think it's an easier wing to use overall than the Flux. I think it's, super stable like the Armstrong XPS, but I think it drives upwind better, and I think it's a little more fun to ride than that kind of really locked in feel that the Armstrong XPSs tend to have. So if you have any questions for us, please email us, call us, or shoot us a chat at Kite Paddle Surf, and please subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.